Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's review another candle. All right, this one here, I feel a little bit bad putting this review up because currently Kringle Reserve Dalgona is not available. However, you might be familiar with the fact that the Reserve collection where this candle was included, the macarons, the jelly donut, the juicy strawberry, that particular release, those fragrances all sold out crazy fast. Now, Kringle has been periodically restocking them. They are dealing with a little bit of a delay in terms of getting the black glass to be able to pour these in like any substantial quantities. So that is why they are kind of like released and then instantly sold out again. They just are not able to create like a ton more of these right now. But I do think Kringle is committed to making sure that these fragrances come back. Obviously, they're selling incredibly well, so it would behoove them to make more and to make them available to those people who either, did not get their order in time or were hemming and hawing too long and unfortunately missed out. So I'm still going to go ahead and review this. But as of the day that I'm reviewing this, it is not available on the website. It is still listed as sold out. There is an option for you to put your email to be notified when it comes back in stock. So I think that's worth doing. I will say though, I have had a few people say that they put their email into the system and they were not notified of the restocks. So I don't know if that's just kind of like a hit or miss thing, or, some people said that they were notified like much later in the day than maybe their friend was, and so they missed out. I'm sure that there are a lot of people signing up for this stuff, and I don't know who they use for this like text messaging or emailing system that they have, but maybe they have to do that in batches. But anyway, I always try to let you guys know in the community tab here on my channel when things become available. That's also hit and miss. I've had some people get mad at me saying like, I didn't get your notification in time. Honestly, you guys, I think you have to turn on the bell notifications for the channel in order to get this stuff faster. I'm not going to force you to do that because I hate that YouTube makes that a requirement. But I really do think that that might be the reason why some people get the notifications versus some people getting them like much later on. So at any rate, just a heads up there. But I do expect this one to come back. And I'm going to probably be picking up at least another one or two when it does come back because I really like it. Now, some of you have asked me what Dalgona Coffee is, so I'm just going to really quickly explain it to you so that when I do the review of the fragrance, that what I'm saying kind of makes sense to you. All right, so Dalgona Coffee is you basically take instant coffee. So I just got this one here at Trader Joe's. The way that I typically make it is I take 2 tablespoons of the instant coffee. I put it in, a little jar. Then I take 2 tablespoons of sugar, add it to the coffee here. Then I add a little bit of water, and then I take one of those coffee whipper things. I have also, by the way, used my whisk attachment in my KitchenAid. You just basically need to whip that little instant coffee, sugar, and water concoction together, and it creates this. This froth that you see up here is the result of whipping together the instant coffee with the sugar and the water. It is a very intense, sweet, almost concentrated coffee type froth. And then you mix that with a milk of your choice. Typically, I will do almond milk. You can do soy. You can do dairy, whatever floats your milk boat. pick. And then I like to add ice cubes. I typically will drink this cold. It's a great thing to have during the summer in place of like, you know, your regular hot coffee in the morning. Gives you that caffeine rush that you need. You can use a little bit less sugar if you want to, but the intention is for this to be like kind of a sweeter coffee type drink, right? Like that's why the coffee is added in. So anyway, it's delicious. I'm a big fan of drinking it. So with that being said, now that you know what Dalgona coffee is, let's talk about the description here and the fragrance notes. I'll tell you what I've actually smell. And let me just give you a quick heads up. She's done. Yeah, I finished this. So we are doing a finished review here. All right, Dalgona. The warm, intense aroma of cocoa bean is paired with dark chocolate, the rich, sweet aroma of vanilla, sugarcane, and warm, spicy tones of cassia bark. Top notes are cocoa bean. The mid notes are dark cacao and cassia bark. The base is vanilla bean and sugarcane. All right. So does this smell like a real Dalgona coffee concoction? Kind of, but not exactly. I feel like this is missing a lot of that like instant coffee note. It really does smell more like cocoa than coffee. It's almost like you're just taking a hot cocoa mix and sugar and water and frothing that together. I don't even know if that would give you the same result as the like Dalgona recipe would. I've never tried it. It could, but that's really more of what I'm getting here is the cacao and that like cocoa type note. Now there is a faint hint of coffee in here, but for the most part, this is more of like a dark, like really dark, rich cacao note versus it's not milk chocolate. Like milk chocolate smells a lot lighter. This does have sweetness to it. It is not an overly sweet scent and it's not cloying. You do get that kind of creamy, like milk type note in here for sure. It's definitely that vanilla bean that you are getting that creaminess from. And it's nice. I wish it smelled a lot more like a real Dalgona does because make one. Just go get you some instant coffee and make one. It smells so good. I love the smell of this particular drink. And I wish that was a little bit more present in the scent here. So do I think this smells like Dalgona? Not exactly. I feel like it's an okay name to use here, but I wish they would have at least included a little bit more of that like intense coffee note alongside of that like cacao note, but that's just not the thing. Let's talk about the performance though. So this one did incredibly well for me in terms of strength and throw. I usually had this one going in the kitchen. It is a candle that I would light, you know, mostly in the morning as I'm, you know, waking up, getting my kid ready for school, you know, doing that kind of stuff. It's a great scent to have in the background. And it definitely smelled delicious while my coffee was brewing. It blended well with that. I like the scent. I really do. The strength and the throw here was probably a solid 7.5, not quite an 8. I think it would do a little bit better, honestly, if I had put it into a hurricane, but you know, I didn't feel like I necessarily needed to. If you want to amp this one up, pop it into a hurricane, but I don't think it's a necessity. In terms of like the wax, like the burn with that, the wicks, no issues. This is that 100% Kringle soy formulation that just burns incredibly clean. I'm going to show you the inside here again. This wax is not discolored at all. Like this just burned perfectly the whole way down. What you're seeing down there is definitely a little bit of a wax layer that I could put into a crock and probably get like, you know, a couple of days out of. I don't think I'm going to. I need to move on to another candle. And currently my Crocs are full, so this one is just gonna get popped into my empties, but you can see that wax is not discolored at all, burned right down to the wick clips, extinguished itself, and was kind of a flawless, usual performer in terms of the burn quality. So no complaints other than I wish it had more of a coffee note, but just for what it is, it's a great fragrance. Let me know if you picked up Dalgona. Let me know what your thoughts are if you have burned it yourself. I still have a few more of the reserve candles to get to. I'm trying my hardest to burn all of these candles that have come out this spring. I feel like Kringle has just been cranking them out and it's been difficult for me to keep up. So please be patient. I promise there are more reviews to come. Again, let me know if you have any questions. Check out the description box down below. If you want to purchase anything else from Kringle that is currently available, you can use my 15% off discount code. And that seems to have been working, by the way, with some of the recent sales. For a while there, if a candle was on sale, you could not combine an ambassador code, but that seems to be... at least with some of the sales, it seems to be working. So anyway, just putting it out there. Let me know if you have any questions. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.